They try to give you a 3-day R&R, which is in country. You usually go, and then you have a 1-week R&R, your choice of countries. I was lucky enough to get Australia, and one of the best weeks of my life. It was just wonderful. And the Australians like to drink. You can't go far without running into a pub, and they're really friendly. They loved Americans, and if you walk in a pub and they hear you talk, you know, hey Yank, you know, and then you don't have to buy another drink, you know. But you're in a pub and it's funny, everybody comes in and out, ladies with strollers or people shopping, or the mailman will come in, have a beer and on his route, and good bunch of people. I really like the Australians. I took a 3-day country in Da Nang. They have an R&R center, and I had heard about it. And what I wanted to do, they had surfboards there, and they would teach you how to surf if you wanted to. And so I got there and went down to the beach, but they wouldn't let us surf because they had a couple guys drown the day before and undercurrents, and they hadn't found them yet. so they wouldn't let us surf. So a little disappointed there. But they had some entertainment and some beer halls, but it was weird. They had us with R&R with Marines, and there was North Koreans, or no, South Koreans, and they were just crazy. And Marines are crazy anyway. So, but we got along. The Army guys, I remember, just wanted to sit and drink beer. The Marines and the Koreans wanted to fight each other, you know. So we just watched them go at it. But all in all, it was fun. It was a chance to get out of the field, you know, sleep in a bed, and, get some hot food, drink a beer. Everybody remembers their R&Rs. No, R&R, you get an R&R with about maybe 10 months in country. When you go to Vietnam, you're there for 365 days. That's your tour. And you get a 3-day after about 3 or 4 months. And then you get your out-of-country R&R with about 10 months. So when you come back, you got a month or 2 left, and then you're a short timer, which reminds me, like, it's 365 days, and everybody I knew in Vietnam had a short time calendar. And what a short time calendar is, you get a picture, could be anything, and it's divided into 365 little, like, puzzle squares, and they're all numbered. Yeah. And each day, you mark off one more day. Every day you get up, okay, I got 200 days left, I got 150 days left, whatever. Now when you get down to about 20 or 30, you're what's known as a short timer. And that's when you get weird, because short timers are weird, because they want to go home, and all of a sudden they get close to going home, and so sometimes they're strange people, you know. And of course, when you get a new guy in, the first thing you yell is, "I'm short. How many days you got?" Now these guys got 300, look, and you got like 20. So, but that's part of the initiation, you know.
Could you give some examples of? Could you give some examples of how weird they would get during short time, like what they do at
yeah,
bankers?
okay, like in the field, guys that are short time, their foxhole's always deeper. You know, they're always deeper. They're always trying to look for some way to get out of the field, and they're more protective. They make sure they got their flak jackets on. Their helmets are always on, and they're nervous. You know, they're you know, but you always make sure they're on guard duty because they're alert. You know, they don't.
would they start getting more superstitious?
Um, you know, some people were yeah, a lot of people had superstitions, and but people had different attitudes. Some people, some people were afraid, you know, and